When you apply the pen onto surfaces, it spreads out and drops its pigments at different levels, and it's called chromatography. I'm a process painter, and for me, when I look at other work out there, it's definitely sort of techniques that I sort of look out for and that inspire me. And my work or my studio practice is kind of, each section is kind of moved on by my interest in techniques that I've discovered, and I'd say they're influenced by printmaking and painting. I guess I sort of think quite visually, and I'm often looking for things which match up with what I'm thinking about and a way to describe what I'm thinking or feeling. So yeah, I sort of tend to take a picture of that and then try and think about how I can make that picture. Let's say I've started working with trees or with skies or with bottles, and they start working well, so I notice them everywhere I go, and I start kind of collecting pictures of them and to try and develop the pictures that I'm making in the studio. There's the collages that I've been making using silk. They're on wallpaper, and silk prints where I've painted with a barrel ink onto pieces of silk and then pressed that onto paper, and then also cotton bubble paintings where I've been experimenting on cotton drill. All the colours are informed by the colours which are made from the barrel pen, splitting it into all the other colours through chromatography. I compose my pictures at the end stage of experimenting, and without much thought really. I think it's quite an intuitive process. I want them to be hard to figure out, so although they come from one simple material, I complicate that to an end where it's hard to sort of see how that's been made. Try and represent movement in some way throughout a lot of these pictures, and one way that I do that is by sort of representing liquids inside bottles, which I've been doing with the silk prints, and also with some of the collages using silk. I've sort of rubbed graphite onto the silk before I've kind of stuck it down to the wallpaper that I stick it down to, then peeled it back off and then shifted it over slightly, so there's this kind of movement with the marks there. What I engage in when I'm looking at other artworks is always visual, and that for me is totally satisfying, and I think I definitely go down that route where I'm just trying to make something which for me is really interesting to look at. The fact that it's being a barrel pen isn't important really at all for anyone else. I don't think you understand the work more from it being from a barrel pen. I just think that you see it and you like it because it's kind of flat, and then you're like, how did you make them? I'm looking at this and I don't know how you've made it, and that is enough for me.